Hello, all greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come briefly today to wish you a good day, and I hope this new moon in Virgo was very potent and powerful. We're just going through it now. It is opposing Chiron, and it's going to be moving into Libra. Virgo is Astraea, the goddess of purity. It can also be associated with Vesta, the planet Vesta in astrology, or Astraea. Or Esta also has another planet. So those are the great planets, and of course the great constellation of Libra is the goddess Themis, which has been somewhat subdued in the Dark Ages, but this great divine justice will become more into play in the time that are coming. For now, it is a moon that we need, that is asking for us to be detail-oriented, to be organized, to be health-conscious. For that is the great attributes within the Virgo is to teach us to this in opposing of Chiron that is showing us the ability to heal the wounds of our soul. So it is very important to accept, to go through that process, and to allow those memories to be integrated, to allow those wounds to be healed, and to move into to know that we are moving into a great creative cycle that will be showing more freedom, more joy, more creativity. I'm going to pull a few cards for the day. For the situation is essentially it is awareness, it is the ability to move forward within our consciousness, to allow this inner spirit to unfold within ourselves, to open the stargate within our mind, and to allow ourselves to investigate, to explore the invisible realm more and more, as we become more sensitive to those energies. What is invisible that will come into the consciousness is healing. It is the sense of being able to heal those wounds, to know that we are past beyond the old fear, that we are now able to enjoy new level of reality that we are not able to before. For the healing is happening, has happened, and will continue to happen. For the earth there is a great need for healing on the planet, for the ocean, not just for human beings, but for the ocean, for the land, for the trees, for the animal kingdoms, for the mineral kingdoms. There has to be a balance and harmonization that has to happen through the awareness and consciousness of the human population, who are the main controller in many sense of this physical plane. What we see is we are outsiders. It is like this great life is happening, but we stand behind the gate. We cannot pass through the gate. In essence, the little child here does not see that he only has to open the gate for it to open. For the lock is not locked, and so we only have to make ourselves comfortable. And then once we are comfortable, we can know that we can move inside. We don't need to wait outside the gates and observing. We want to be observer of ourselves, but we want to be participating in this great unfoldment that is the awareness of, and this does not have to be, it is only through our daily rituals, our daily actions, that we are able to become more integrated, more connected to the world around us, and from there we find the lovers. We find the true connection, we find a deep spiritual connection that brings this new this new sense of joy into our life. Right now we are working and experiencing, for it is experience, is being connected to nature, connected to ourselves, connected to the energies. For we want to remove the veil, remove the separation. We want to move within the order of things. For chaos and disorder will not bring us peace and joy. So we want to bring ourselves in alignment with that which is order, and from there we can truly enjoy the harmony of all things being in the flow. And what will be the outcome of that process is abundance, is discovering the abundance, the ability to be free, to do anything we want, whenever we want it, in whichever way we want it. It's about this empowerment, it's about this understanding that life is abundant. It's just mankind that has put limitation but from within we can reactivate this abundance. We cannot blame mankind for his ignorance in whichever ways, whatever he's doing. If he could do better, he would do better. As a Neoplatonician, I do believe, like Socrates, that if a man is doing something wrong, is is evil. Is not because he chooses to be. It is because he's got no choice. He doesn't have wisdom beyond that will allow him to understand that doing dark things will create suffering within his own life. So we have to be tolerant, yet we have to help and assist in bringing in the light, in bringing equilibrium, in bringing things, in allowing things to find a more natural, more abundant state, and that we bring that inner abundance. We have to activate it from within ourselves, and then we can share that with all the worlds around us as it comes along, and within the bond of that which is agreeable and comfortable. For there is no for that is really what we want to move into a sphere where we feel that we are loved, we are accepted, we are creative, we are integrated, that all and all of those things does not depend on the outside world. It depends on our ability to give ourselves what we need, what we lack, what we believe we lack, in order, once we fill in with light and love all those areas of our life, then we are able to feel a lot more connected. And from there it is very important to expand our antennas, to know that we have antennas within all kinds of sphere and dimension that are connected to our life, and that allows us to keep track on all kinds of things. So it is a great deal of acceleration within the psychic realm. And so for those who are ready, meditation is very important. Of course, it is whichever way we decide. There is all kinds of schools of meditation, but meditation is the realization of lucidity. Service to others is the realization of the world compassion, and perfection of character of our character is the realization of the word courage. And so we do have to develop those three aspects for achieving the ascension. And the more we are able to move into any one aspect, the more the other two will be supported in their expansion as well. For some time we do have fear of expansion because it is the unknown, but we have to trust the process of life. I also wanted to talk briefly about the history of Atlantis. Atlantis was there is 200,000 years of forgotten history. It dates from the Martian immigrations, and for there is older civilizations such as Lemuria, but Lemuria were never really physical being. When Atlantis was a fourth dimensional physical civilization that was matriarchal, there was a golden age for thousands of years. It was just pure bliss to live on Atlantis. That's when the time of thought, when thought was kind of 50,000 BC to 36,000 BC. So it is the transition when the hierarchy, the high aristocracy of Atlantis, the highest being within the civilization, so that the civilization would fall and start to begin the initiation of the creation of a new civilization in Egypt. The father of that civilization was a solar being, a magnificent loving being, Nemara. It's a solar god. His temple is on Saturn, the temple of creation. I've never been able to visit it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I've never been inside Saturn. I've always been around it in my space travel, but I'm sure I will eventually be invited there. For all those, the solar system is a world of wonder with marvels beyond human dreams. Every planet has incredible secrets and wonders to reveal. The Earth as well. Inside the Earth, there is the ancestors of the Lemurian civilization, the Agarthan, who have established themselves within the inner Earth. And then there is the end of that. The last 5,000 years of Atlantis was highly discussed by Metatron, and he kind of explained all the ins and outs of how this whole thing came to an end. What's very important to know is that there are 9 crystals, really big crystals, sacred crystals from Atlantis, that were put aside and that have been reactivated very slowly to reactivate the 5th dimensional matrix. And so what will happen is that eventually those have been protected by extraterrestrials, but inside the Earth. Those will eventually be able to reintegrate when we'll be ready to move back to the 4th dimension, when we'll have made peace. And this time the 4th dimension will not, ascension into the 4th dimension will not create a fall. It will make an ascension all the way up to the higher planes of the matrix in time. so this is basically what is happening. We are reintegrating, reconnecting to all those memories, not just Atlantis, but our past life. We all had many incarnations on this life, on this planet, as well as on other planets. And so it is very important to let those memories traverse you without judgment, if possible, to reintegrate, to understand how to align and how to heal some of those past lives, because all is happening now. And so when we are moving towards the Akash, we have into the Akash, we are integrating those higher function also, and so that gives us some insight into life. And so we are then we know that we are always in the right place in the right time. So I wanted to pass by. I hope this video was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day. I'll thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.